Who's ready to do a diag on their bike? Well, super easy. We're gonna show you guys how to do that today. Honey, guess what we get to do today?
What now?
We get to diag my bike.
Oh boy.
Yay!
More diag.
So I actually had no idea what it meant to do a diag on your bike until I had this issue coming up. On the road, super easy. Greg kind of walked me through the process, so I was able to very quickly find out what was going on with my bike. Obviously not everybody has a Greg on hand, so I wanted to make sure that I show everybody how easy it actually is to do a diag. So on this 2012 Fat Boy, the way you diag is by holding down your trip here on the left side, and then at the same time turning your starter button to the ignition. Here we go. We got us a diag. So the bike is displaying an ECM. Honey, what does that actually stand for?
That's your electronic control module. It handles all the engine management functions. So your injectors, your throttle control on a fly-by-wire bike, your timing, all engine management.
Okay. And why is there an N behind it?
There are no active codes.
Great, awesome. And looky here, my BCM has a Y for yes, which means I have a code, and we're gonna explore what that code is. To get the code displayed, make sure you hold down your trip button. And here we go. We got a B2107. So we're gonna look that up and see what it indicates for us. So honey, the bike displayed the B2107. Can you tell me what that stands for?
It's a output code for your running lights, and because we've changed everything to LED, it's not seeing the correct load it's looking for, because this bike originally came with incandescent lights on it. So the LEDs are more efficient, but outside the range the bike is looking for.
Okay, is this something I should be worried about?
No.
Okay. Let's talk about BCM some more.
Body control module. Like we said before, that covers all your security, your lighting, your horn, all your non-engine management functions of the bike.
Pushing the trip button again will then clear the code and give us the word clear on the indicator, meaning that the code has been cleared out of the system. Tell me about Speedo. I mean, I know what a Speedo is, but what's Speedo on the bike, honey?
Basically, it's all your communication between all the different modules to make sure that they're all communicating properly so that everything functions correctly. When something doesn't communicate to all the other modules, then it'll throw a code in there, depending on what module it is.
So it's not an actual Speedo.
It's not the Speedo, no.
Hey, and look at that. Kenny has abs. I love abs. Don't you love abs?
Wish I had some.
So what does that stand for?
ABS, that's your braking. So anything that has to do with the ABS braking system, if your wheel speed sensors aren't reading properly, your bearings are going bad, you'll throw a code for being outside of parameters.
So if I'm not a mechanic and I don't have access to, obviously what you guys have at work, where could I possibly put up what that code means?
You can Google it. Just put in Harley trouble code and then your number, say 2119. There's all kinds of places it'll come up. A lot of Harley dealers, and including Fuel Moto, an aftermarket company, have on their websites how to look them up. Gives you all the information on how to get to them, what they mean. Fuel Moto's got a pretty good list for the older stuff. It doesn't include all the newer stuff, but here's your P codes. your C codes, your B codes, your U codes. So it gives you all the different codes and what they mean. And then you can go into more detail in Google, finding different sites that explain or have written articles about those codes.
Okay. So I went ahead, I cleared my own code. Should I have done that?
No, because when we hook it up to the computer, we can see how many times the code has set and at what, depending on the year of the bike, at what mileage it's set and how many times it's set in a certain amount of miles, so we can get an idea what's causing it or how often it's happening. If you do clear it, make sure you write down all the codes that it has had before you cleared them out.
Okay. So basically, I can look at the codes, leave them alone, don't clear them, see my mechanic as soon as I can, so then you guys can do your magic.
Yes, the code being set just means that something was outside of parameters, whether it was or currently is. Okay. Historic means it did it, it's not currently out of parameters. Current means it is out of parameters right now. If the bike's running, it's okay. If the bike's not running, that's a whole different story.
All right, sounds good. Good advice, thank you. Okay, we learned a lot tonight about the bikes, about diagging your bike, about what those codes stand for. We're here for our biker community, so give us a like, ask questions. We're here to answer those for sure, and we will see you guys soon.